So there's good and bad DC news. The bad is about Amber Heard, but you know, there's a lot of good in there, so let's get into it. First, Ezra Miller's Flash suit for the Flash movie, which I'm still surprised is coming out after so many years of talking, is going to be almost all CGI. He was spotted wearing a mocap, so I don't know if that's going to disappoint people. I feel like it's going to make it look better, his costume and the lightning when he's running, but I don't know. Maybe you are totally against a mocap. Batfleck's stunt double was spotted on the set of The Flash, and not only that, but Michael Keaton's Batman as well. So it appears that Batfleck and do we have a name for Keaton's Batman? Keatman will share scenes together, which I think is really cool. Apparently, Ben Affleck has a Bat Cycle chase scene as well. But continuing on Batman, apparently J.K. Simmons is in talks for playing Commissioner Gordon again, and this time he will be in the Batgirl HBO Max series. Oh, and Batgirl is supposedly being played by Leslie Grace. I don't know if they're gonna dye her hair red, or if they're just still on that fuck redheads kick. It's really starting to feel like my childhood. Ouch, Hollywood. David Ayer responded to a critic saying he should just give up on having his cut of the Suicide Squad released. And he actually, David said a lot, mostly brought up his tragic childhood and growing up and how he isn't a quitter at all. I'm gonna kind of just condense it down to what I think is the most important parts for this video. Not saying his tragic past isn't important. I put my life into Suicide Squad. I made something amazing. My cut is intricate and emotional journey with some bad people who are shit on and discarded, a theme that resonates in my soul. The studio cut is not my movie. Read that again. And my cut is not the 10-week director's cut. It's a full mature edit by Lee Smith standing on the incredible work of John Gilroy. It's all Stephen Price's brilliant score, with not a single radio song in the whole thing. It has traditional character arcs, amazing performances, a solid third act resolution. A handful of people have seen it. If someone says they have seen it, they haven't. So yeah, should be clear by now, I don't have any quit in me. Never have, and why should I? Every day, breathing is a gift. I thought my story was going to end in a grave or a cell long time ago. So these I'm living on are bonus rounds. I'm so honored and blessed to have the career I do. Quit? After my kids watched me come home every day after the studio takeover of the edit with my heart torn out? Who would I be to them if I quit? I'm so proud of James and excited for the success that's coming. I support Warner Brothers and am thrilled the franchise is getting legs it needs. I'm rooting for everyone, the cast, the crew. Every movie is a miracle, and James' brilliant work will be the miracles of miracles. I appreciate your patience. I will no longer speak publicly on this matter. I feel like David's actually been pretty classy with everything that happened, and I kind of feel sad for him that he's going to stop bringing it up. But on the other hand, I love that he's so supportive of James Gunn and the Suicide Squad movie that he's doing, so yeah. Just a classy dude, but I'm sad for him. Speaking of James Gunn and the Suicide Squad, he did confirm you don't need to watch David Ayer's Suicide Squad to watch the Suicide Squad. You can just jump right into the movie, you won't miss anything, which I thought was what was going to happen, but it's also nice to have James Gunn confirm that. Also, James Gunn shared that originally he was going to name the Suicide Squad Dogs of War, but then he just last minute changed it to The Suicide Squad, and when he brought it into the Warner Brothers people, they were like, we love it. Let's keep it. Sometimes I feel like Warner Brothers just gives zero fucks at this point. Finally, on James Gunn, he said he would be down for doing a movie with a crossover between Harley Quinn and Groot, so here's what he said. I would really be happy to do a Harley Quinn and Groot movie. That would be exciting for me. Not only have I thought about that, but I've actually talked about that to the heads of both Marvel and DC. They know everybody's open to everything, but whether anything would ever happen, who knows? But the idea of being able to bring Marvel and DC together in a movie, that would be really fun for me. And I know it's exciting for even the heads of Marvel and DC to think about. Kevin Feige over at Marvel and Toby Emmerich over at Warner Brothers. It's something we all like to dream about. Whether we can get it over the Berlin Wall of lawyers we would need to get through to ever make something like that happen, I don't know. But it would be a blast. I have a feeling we are very far off from something like that ever happening, but if it does happen, please put James Gunn in charge of it. Next, Michael B. Jordan is in talks of doing a Superman limited series on HBO Max that concentrates on 𝑉𝐴𝐿𝑍OD. And just to be clear, this is separate from J.J. Abrams' Superman movie that he's working on. If we're lucky, Michael B. Jordan will actually star in his limited TV series, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, still on Superman, there are some heavy rumors that Henry Cavill will be back playing Superman in a Man of Steel sequel. Yes, please. Don't fuck over Henry. He's such a sweetheart. Oh, hey, by the way, Warner Brothers is so stupid that when the Man of Steel movie was being made, they questioned why the pods were being destroyed because that meant Superman could never return to Krypton. The writer of the movie had to inform them, Krypton's destroyed. He can't get there anymore. Jesus Christ, Warner Brothers. But last thing on Superman and Henry Cavill, because we might be getting Black Adam versus Superman. So producer of Black Adam said, hey, we know fans want to see Superman versus Black Adam. We hear you. We're listening. We like to do what fans want. So I don't know if that means maybe we are going to get the fight scene, or it's something that's going to happen in the future, because it seems like The Rock is really invested in playing Black Adam in the future. And if they're not screwing over Henry, yes, those two fighting. In a similar vein, Shazam is still filming, and we got some leaked images of the wizard, and he looks so good. I'm so glad that he's back. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the producer for Aquaman talking about Amber Heard and how it was never in question that she wouldn't return for Aquaman 2. So let's read those statements. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have had some legal issues over the years. This is not the time to discuss those, but you might have heard. One of those things that came out a number of times is that there were a number of supporters of Johnny's who were petitioning to not have Amber back in Aquaman. I wanted to ask, from your point of view, how did that impact upon you? You know, I don't think that we're ever going to react to just pure fan pressure. You gotta do what you feel best for the movie. And we felt that if James Wan and Jason Momoa, then it should be Amber Heard. That's really what it was. One is not unaware of what's going on in the Twitterverse, but that doesn't mean that you have to react to it or take it as gospel or go to their wishes. You have to do what you feel is right for the film, and that's really where we landed on it, truthfully. So how I would say it affects people is just like Johnny Depp has consequences for Amber Heard's accusations, and he lost out on Pirates of the Caribbean. It should show that Amber Heard, when there's accusations and proof, should lose out on things too. It's being shown that there's similar punishments for men and women, and that it's just not men that get punished when they do domestic abuse. I would say that's how it affects people, but you know, I'm just a dizzy dumb bitch. Okay, that is your DC news. I will be doing some MCU news very soon. Besides that, like, subscribe. Let me know what you are most excited about that I talked about in this video.